Hello, all you wonderful people. Welcome back to the channel. sFunland Gaming. Welcome back to Polybridge. Today we're going to be doing Funlands 5.11 through 5.15. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So as I mentioned in my previous videos, from now on I'm just going to load up the bridge that I already previously built it with and give you a quick run through so that way you know what exactly you're looking for. There's plenty of ways to beat most bridges, but I'm going to give you one of each. But with that being said, they will all be 100% and under budget. So, and none will break. But let's go ahead and hit play. So as you can see, essentially what I did is I built one straight road on the bottom, heavily supported the top part here, and then made jumps for the lighter car. So it does 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps and gets to the other side. Reason being is because they don't give you enough road to make another straight road across. So you have to be creative, and I came up with some jumps. So with that being said, let's go to the next one. This one is called Make Way. Essentially what happens is the truck goes to A1, decides to stop, and then C goes and tries to get to the other side. So if you have no way of moving this big rig up or down, the van will run right into the nose of them. So with that being said, what I did is I made like a little elevator. So I heavily supported the sides here. That's all the support they really need. And then I went ahead and built the elevator in the center. So essentially what happens is the truck will drive to A, drop down a little bit. It'll relock into these positions right here. C will go, and since it's locked into place, everything will be supported. And then it'll literally come back up like an elevator, lock back into place again, and then the truck will finish its pass. It does tend to like to wiggle, but after a little bit of wiggle room, locks in just like that. The van gets to go across, and it comes back up. The hardest part about this build is getting the hydraulics to line up exactly to where it needs to be. But if you can manage that, you can definitely do this build. Has to be perfect, because if it doesn't lock into place, it will quickly break and fall, and you'll end up failing. With that being said, let's hop to the next one. We are now on 5.13, water under the bridge. And this one was kind of tricky. But essentially what I ended up doing is I built a full elevator. So this whole thing ends up being like a U shape. I'll go ahead and load it up real quick, show you what I'm talking about. I added a bunch of supports. So essentially what happens is before the elevator starts moving up, it's supported by these ropes right here. And then there's one right here. There's these two and this two. So now that they're all highlighted, all of those are supporting the bridge before the elevator goes up. After the elevator goes up, it's supported by the other 4 ropes we have here. 2 of these are cable, 2 of them are ropes. And essentially they are all connected to the steel beam, and then this steel beam is connected on both sides by the hydraulic here. So once we hit play, boat makes it through. The whole bridge lifts up, and you have to have it high enough that it doesn't fail in the water here. If it goes too deep in the water, you will fail the level. And then at the end, I brought the lip up a little bit just so it would make sure it would clear this little gap here and get over with no issues. Fairly simple once you get the main idea. But with that being said, we'll move to 5.14. Now this one was tricky too when I first started, because I wanted to build it like a drawbridge. What I had happen was, what happens is the first boat comes, I had the bridge go up. Once the bridge goes up, it actually makes things worse. You'll end up hitting the, I don't know why my phone's blown up all of a sudden. But anyway, it'll make things go up, and then the plane will hit the bridge. So what I ended up doing was, I'll have the bridge come down, because once the boat passes, there's room down here. So this is what I came up with. So There's a little hidden beam here once you actually start it, so keep that in mind if you're going to do the build, but it does seem fairly simple. So let's go ahead and hit play. Front view. So it does do a little jump there at the top, but it's strong enough that it can hold on. So it basically just does 2 rotations of the boat and plane. And if you can get past the first 2, you should have no issues getting past the last 2 also. And just like that, 100%. Nothing broke, under budget. Go to 515. Now this one was super tricky. I actually had to look this one up and I come up with some ideas off of that. I have a build that's very similar to something that I saw, but it's also different. So there's some things that I added that weren't in there and vice versa. So, but with that being said, let's go ahead and load up. So essentially is the A2 over here, or no, A1 bus comes down. By the time it gets to here, this whole thing likes to lift this bridge up. The reason you need all of this is because it can't lift up right away, because if it lifts up right away, A2 won't be able to drive over it. So what happens is A2 will drive over it, and by the time the buses are like right in this area, this should start coming up, and then this will drop down as soon as this bus passes, because the only thing holding this part of the bridge up is this bus. It's right on the roof. So let's go ahead and hit play. I'll show you what I mean. So once that bus passes, this one goes down. This starts going up, just like so. And there you go. 515, under budget, 100%, nothing broke. And that is 80's Funland. Completed all of it in 100%. But with that being said, if this video helped you, please leave a like. And if you want to see my future videos of Polybridge, please subscribe to my channel. You'll definitely be able to see those. But with that being said, thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Take care.